Mobil Uygulamalarda Başarı Faktörü için Harri Myllynen. Is that right? From OffSceen Technologies. Thank you for coming. Round of applause, please. How do you pronounce your surname? Sorry about
Hello. I'm really fine. Thank you.
that. How do you pronounce your surname?
So actually, you can do it anyway. It's Harri Myllynen.
Me? Oh, I said it right then.
Yes, it's
oh,
very
perfect,
good.
perfect then.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay, I'm really glad to meet you all. It's been a long while since the last time I was in Istanbul, and I'm really amazed by the set you have here. I'm really glad to be sharing your energy and passion. So, today I'm going to talk to you how to be successful on mobile space. Let's have a look on the topics. So, first I'm going to explain the big picture from our point of view, which is the convergence of mobile and the web. After, I'm going to share you with our secret recipes of success, and of course using ourselves as an example. And then let's have a look what is the difference between the mobile and the web. There are huge differences, and I'm going to explain to you the most significant ones. After, let's have a look on real examples of applications and the numbers behind them. And then let's have a look on Nokia's wide range of platforms. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce myself and our company. My name is Harri Myllynen, and our company is called OffSceen Technologies. And we have been, during the last 2 years, the most successful company in Nokia Store, especially download-wise. We have now more than 80 million downloads, and really lots and lots of applications available. So we have more than 100 premium applications, and altogether we have published more than 675 applications on our own brand, in Nokia's obvious store, and also more than 2,000 applications together with partners. So, from our point of view, the big picture is that mobile is really fast converging together with the web. It means that every respectable website would want to have a mobile presence as well. And mobile, on the other hand, is converging towards apps. And by apps, I mean native apps, not HTML5 apps, but native apps. And why this thing is happening? So, the obvious reason is that mobile is more convenient than a PC. So no wires, it's always with you, it's very convenient, you can always take it out from your pocket, and because of apps, it's very usable. So why are apps more usable than websites? First of all, apps actually are very convenient, they are usually faster, we can use animations in order to bypass the limitations of the mobile screen. So apps really result in a superior user experience. So, on the recipe of success, what have you do in order to be successful in the mobile space? We have found that there are 3 different elements in the success. First of all is design. If the design is bad, nothing else helps. So design must be optimized for mobile. So, and another one is timing. So it always helps to be the first. So if there is a new idea, the one who is the first picks up the fruits, because then obviously the one who is first in the marketplace, he always floats on top of all the charge. And people find those apps more easily, so they just keep on being the most popular. And third one is reach. We have always aimed for global reach, also by design, but also by distribution channels. So if you design and if you publish for mobile on a global scale, it again helps in reaching good download numbers. On design side, we have found that users, end users, actually really are delighted if we are able to introduce something which is flashy, but also something actually blending the virtual world and the real world. And by blending, I mean that if you are able to design a way that there are some real-looking materials, real-looking controls, so it is always more interesting for the user. And another thing, in order to reach large audiences, is multi-platform. If you design only for one platform, it is well limiting, because there are dozens of platforms available, 7 or 8 major ones, but if you're able to limit the elements of the design, it is easier to port the application across the platforms. So let's have a first look on actual limitations of the mobile and how they're overcome. The one thing what irritates me the most in transferring web designs into mobile is the screen size. Let's have a look on a typical mobile screen. So here, this is a typical touch phone from Nokia's range, and the screen looks like it is quite big. And on the design table, it is quite big. So it is like, almost like PCs used to be a couple of years ago. But if you compare this size to the real world, so here we have overlaid an actual matchbox on top of the screen. So you see that this matchbox actually covers the whole screen. So, and nobody would want to fill in the matchbox etiquette with a web screen. So we must be able to limit the number of details in the screen in order to make it usable. I think this is extremely important in design-wise. Other limitations to the mobile, which we must overcome, is obviously the processing power, because all the mobile phones they use batteries, so mobile phones are much less powerful than PCs, and they are going to be this forever. And obviously, another thing is that mobile phones lack keyboard. In order to be usable, we must use other ways to enter information, to interact with the phone, than mouse and keyboard. Luckily, there are ways in the mobile, for example, touch, multi-touch, and sensors. So if you tilt the device, it is a very usable way of interacting with it. Another thing, what is always present, is microphone, loudspeaker, camera, and also location. So these features enable us to make so-called magical applications. So let's have a look what we have accomplished so far. In Nokia Store, we have bypassed 80 million mark in downloads. In Turkey alone, we have reached already 3.6 million downloads of our apps. And we have now 675 applications published, and our free apps with ads, they generate close to 1 million ad impressions per day. So this is really a viable platform also for distributing ads to consumers. And with partners, mainly with media partners, having lots of content, we have done also another go with these template-based applications and have bypassed already 2,000 applications so far. So here are some examples of the design. For example, on the right-hand side, we see Bright Light Touch, which is now perhaps our globally most downloaded application. It is basically a light switch which just turns on the camera LED. So it is very easy to use. You just switch one slide up and down, and it turns the light on and off. So we are approaching 6 million downloads globally on this one single application. So application doesn't have to be complex in order to be successful, in order to be downloaded a lot. Another one which I like a lot is Altimeter, which uses GPS to find out how high you are, and then we just animate the analog meter to show the altimeter, how high you are up right now. And another one here is called Bagatelle, which uses a physics engine to animate the balls. So it is also one-screen application which is very easy to get. So people love applications which they understand at once. So here are some more examples. On the center, you see compass. I like this more than apples because it is more physical. There are more real elements. So all the rims, they look like brass, and all the materials, they look real. So there is no plasticky feeling in this application. And another favorite of mine is egg timer, which is modeled after modern kitchen appliances. So it has this real material feeling of steel or aluminum, and you just turn the dial and then it starts clicking backwards until it rings. So again, people just get it at once. And then we have as an example also chessboard, which is two-person chess. So it is very easy to use while traveling for playing chess. And again, we try to mimic the reality as much as possible. And then some more. On the center, we have sticky notes, which has been quite successful as well. You can zoom in into the sticky notes, move them around, and draw your notes. So there is no keyboard interaction, only drawing. And it is quite accurate. So it is really fun to use, really fun to draw notes and have a look what to do. And then Level, I think that is maybe the second most downloaded application of ours. So we have bypassed just 4 million downloads. And that is, again, very easy to use builder's level. It is quite accurate as well. And then a game, actually mimicking the Connect 4 game, it's called Discs. And again, you just slide your finger and play it. So we always aim to one-screen design and to design what people understand easily. So let's talk how to make money with mobile applications. So first of all, our premium applications. So people buy before they try. People just download the application and buy at the same time. This one is the most difficult way to earn money using mobiles because people don't want to part their money before trying out. So we have found out that premium applications download perhaps 50 times less than free applications. So free applications are the best applications for consumers. Second one is try and buy. For example, you try 7 days, and if you like, then you pay. That is quite typical now. For example, WP7 platform, that is the only way to offer freemium. Another one is premium, which has in-application payment. It means that we have limited set of features at first, and then user can upgrade to the full set of features by in-application payment in between. This works quite well. And then my favorite is adware. Free applications with ad impressions incorporated inside the application. So this is absolutely the best way to make money currently in the current mobile ecosystem, in the current mobile space. And then another one is branded applications, and these are applications which are actually ads altogether. It could be just a brand skin on a usable application, or it could be some service, or it could be some game even modeled after some brand's experience. And this is again something where we get money from the brand, and consumers get the application for free. And then I'd like to mention how to promote applications, because in order to get downloads, one must get applications noticed. And it's quite hard getting noticed. You can't run billboard advertising, or you can't buy banner advertising apps. So far, the best has been viral. And by viral, I mean publishing videos of the apps into YouTube, Vimeo, and so forth. It is surprising how much people actually want to watch applications in video services, just applications being run. Because if you look at an image of the application, like I showed you a minute ago, so you can't really understand the interaction, the animations. It is like comparing movie posters to actual movies. So, but if you see a video, it is easier to get delighted by the actual animations, actual behavior of the application. Then another one is obviously bloggers. So if you are first on something, bloggers are quite eager to mention the application in their blogs. So we see something like about half of the traffic actually leading to downloads coming from blogs. So blogs are extremely important way of getting noticed. So then I'd like to have a word about Nokia ecosystem. Nokia has now the widest reach on planet. So Nokia has been around with smartphones since 2002. And obviously Nokia has several platforms and they all work surprisingly well, generating lots of downloads, especially on the ad model. So we have S40, which is a low-end line of phones, now with touch and type. And there we develop using Java. And actually the performance is quite comparable to modern smartphones. We are running 4 layers, full screen with touch, and get about 30 frames per second. So it is surprising how smartphone-like feeling you get when porting an application from smartphones into these touch and type phones. Second is S60, and also another variety of S60 called Symbian 3. And that is the most powerful platform Nokia has right now. And now about 65% of all our Nokia downloads come in this platform. And then we have this experimental Migo platform, what is really, really powerful. So you can develop almost anything on that platform. And that is also the most open platform on the planet right now. And then we have this oncoming WP7, Windows Phone 7, which is also an amazing platform to develop for. The tools are very easy. It is very fast to port into that platform. And Nokia's reach is really unique. So we have now downloads from 218 countries worldwide. So that is something nobody else is able to do right now. And also, Nokia platform offers very wide billing options, meaning that we can use operator billing in more than 60 countries already. And it is surprising how few consumers actually possess credit cards. In Egypt, the percentage is something like 5 or 6 max. So most consumers are left out if there is no operator billing option. And another good thing with Nokia is that they do offer also in-application payment in order to enable freemium business models. So we have been really amazed and delighted by the reach of Nokia platform and by the results we have got in the Nokia platform. So as a conclusion, I'd like to talk about the future. We strongly feel that mobile is in only early steps right now. So now about 400,000 applications exist, maybe 500 if you count all the platforms, but that is just the beginning. So we are just, marching the early steps. We see that there will be millions of apps in the coming few years. So if every website is made into a native app, and also perhaps also every microsite inside website is made to an app, so it means that we will have tens of millions of applications. And this is mainly because applications, you can't port a whole website into a native application. It makes sense to limit the features in order to keep the applications usable. And this means that there will be lots of opportunities because there will be so many more applications to be done in the coming few years. And another thing to consider is that all the platforms, they're converging fast. It means that the porting tools are easier all the time. It really pays off to develop for more than one platform. So, and also, it really pays off to use Nokia's reach in order to reach the consumers. So I really urge you start developing porting websites into mobile and going for applications, because native applications are really the future. So, this is it. Thank you so much.